So as you can see, the bee swarm is gone. I woke up this morning and they were still here. There's still a few stragglers around. You know, they have this, the scent of the queen is nearby, is still on the branch. So they're wondering what the heck happened to the rest of the hive. But yeah, the whole swarm just took off. I mean, I woke up this morning and they were still there. I did a little bit of yard work, cut the lawn in the front yard, cut a little bit of piece of the lawn in the back garden here area, and actually spent the whole night, not the whole night, but a few hours working in my garage last night, building a makeshift box, you know, a quick and dirty box, just to try and trap them so they can stay here. And I put it in the garden last night, and I cut the grass around the box today so that they have a clear line of sight. And unfortunately, they didn't take the bait. So they opted not to move into my makeshift beehive. This is depressing because I really wanted to keep them. I wanted them to stay around. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I guess I'm gonna leave the box out, see if I can capture a swarm, because I really need bees here in the garden. Every year, my plum trees and a bunch of other trees, they set up, you know, they bloom, but I don't get very good pollination, so I don't get a lot of fruit set. The apples in particular need extensive pollination. You can tell they're actually going crazy over there. There's a couple there. Let me see if I can focus on it. You can see that they're actively looking for the queen. They can, apparently the scent is still there. There's one right there. So yeah, no more bee swarm. I kind of missed them actually. Once they calmed down, they were a delight to look at and delight to have in the garden. And I really wish they hadn't left. But you know, that's the way things are. Let me show you. Let me take the camera off the tripod and I'm going to show you the box I had made for them. Actually, I can do it from the tripod here. So this is the tree, right? You can see the tree. Let me back up a bit. That's the tree. That's the Santa Rosa plum, right? So you can see as I pan sideways where the makeshift bee box was located. Right there. It's maybe, you know, 50 feet away, 60 feet away. It's not very far away. And I cut the grass around the box just to give them. Obviously, this is not a professional bee box, although I did buy one and it's coming in the mail via FedEx. So when it comes here, I'll replace it. I'll replace that with the new one. But you can see there's the box. Darn it, that stick is in the way and it's throwing off the focus on the camera. It's focusing. Let me do a manual focus here. Let me set this to manual focus. There it is. See that? That's the makeshift box I built for them last night. I did that in a couple hours in my garage and I set it there just for them. It's not great. It doesn't have any hanging instructions on the inside. It's just a box. The idea was to encourage them to stay, to give them protection from the elements, from the excessive sun and the rain, and just keep them around a little bit longer until I can get the professional beehive, you know, set up and install in the garden. Unfortunately, they didn't take the bait. Apparently, they didn't like it too much. Or maybe they just didn't see it, I don't know. There's still a few stragglers floating around, so maybe if I'm lucky, some of them will change their mind and they'll come back. Or maybe I'll capture a different swarm, I don't know. But let me tell you, that was exciting. I've never experienced that before. I've seen it before. There's a guy on YouTube, Growing a Greener World. I forgot his name. Joe Lampel, that's his name, a master gardener. He's in Atlanta, and he was growing he has a YouTube program. He's on YouTube, he's on the internet, he's also on PBS. The program is called Growing a Greener World, and he did have an episode about bees. And he actually experienced the same thing, meaning he bought a hive. Hold on, I'm standing on fire hill here. He bought a hive and some bees, and he was not like me. He found out a few weeks later that the hive split and a swarm was forming, and that freaked him out. Well, I understand exactly how he felt now, because I actually experienced the same thing, and it is a little bit intimidating at first to see that many bees buzzing around. But once they settle down, they calm down, they're actually pleasant. I don't think these Africanized honeybees are actually that dangerous. Well, let me rephrase that. They are dangerous, but they're not much more aggressive than the regular European honeybees. Especially that since they've left the African continent, there are fewer predators here than there are over there. There's some theories that they've actually become acclimated and have been interbred with the European honeybees, and that's tamed them a bit. So they're actually more docile than they used to be decades ago. I remember when I was a kid in the 70s, I think it was 79 or 78 or 77, I'm not sure, 79. There's that hawk again. Boy, he is constantly looking for those chicks. But anyway, in 79 there was that movie Killer Bees. I remember watching it and I was terrified of that thing. Terrified of bees for a long time. But it's actually not like that at all. Unless you disturb their nest or attack them directly, they're gonna leave you pretty much alone. Let me see if I can catch a picture of that hawk. Where is he? Let me just pan over here so you can see. This hawk is a real pretty bird. I like raptors. I think they're attractive birds. But he's a real problem bird. He's constantly flying around here, looking to eat chicks basically. Oh, where is it? He was here. He's gone now. He likes to hang out on the top of those pine trees. Huh. Alright, maybe one of these days when one of these hawks sits on top of my birdhouse, I can come out with the camera and get a good picture of him and show him to you guys. Anyway, I'm going to end the video now. So there you go. I have no more bees. I'm so sad. I guess I'll have to adapt. Maybe I'll get a swarm later. Another swarm will decide to come in and take up residence. Alright guys, signing off. Bye.